It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. On this Thursday, it's time for us to get back into the wild. I haven't been there in a while, and the topic we're discussing today, quite a cringeworthy one. These things are small, they move fast, and they get into the weirdest places. And as the summer approaches, these creatures are going to show up in your yards, and they're going to try and creep into your homes, in your beds, hide your kids, hide your wives. They are pests. But today we've invited Jaco Skeepers here back to talk to us about the common cockroach and why they keep showing up, especially at this time of the year when we're trying to get rid of them and get into our summer vibes. Jaco, thank you very much for joining us. How are you, man?
Thank you for having me. I'm good.
First question I asked Jaco during the break is, why do these things even exist? And you're saying some of them are actually good for the environment, and we'll get into that. But first, tell me about the many different types of cockroaches that we get.
Okay. Worldwide, there's about 4,000 species of cockroaches, of which about 90 is considered to be pests. So
Yes.
the rest of them do have their role to play in the environment, whether it's food, whether it's breaking down plant material. So they do have a very good role to play in the environment.
We're actually misjudging the many by the faults of the few.
Exactly, because we usually only come in contact with the pest species. We tend to label them all under their bad.
Yeah, they need to get a better PR agency in their government. But what are some of the most common types that we find in South Africa?
Okay, well, I've brought two of them. This would be the American cockroach. You'll see it's quite a big one. I'm not going to share with you where I found this one.
I feel like it's an intriguing story. So this is the American here.
That
on
is
screen.
the American cockroach, yes. Like you can see, it's quite a big one. This is still a small one, actually. They can get up to about 4 centimeters.
Yeah.
And then this one, this is also quite a small one. This is called the German cockroach.
The German
Yes.
cockroach.
Now-
There's the German.
Yeah, to distinguish between them, their habitats.
Yeah.
Because the reason why they're pests is because they tend to adapt the environments we create for them, like drains and kitchens and those things, makes it very favorable for them to live in close proximity to us.
Okay.
So the big one, the American cockroach, that one tends to like drains. The German cockroach, unfortunately, they are very adaptable to kitchen areas. So those are the ones we usually find in our homes.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So we'll be looking at more pictures as we go along, and you'll tell us when they come up. But how do they get into our homes in the first instance? Is it through the cracks in the doors? And how do they get in there?
There are literally thousands of ways they can get in. When we refer to the American cockroach, that one, because they live in drains, if it's warm enough, they can actually fly. So they can transport themselves where they want to go. They go from one drain to the next and so forth.
Yes.
And also they can be transported if they get onto a vehicle or onto somebody or something. They can be moved that way.
Yes.
The German cockroach is not a flyer, but because they are in our homes, if somebody has cockroaches in their homes, it can get into a handbag, into clothing. If they use public transport, it can climb off there. Also in products that we use, if there's a facility, a manufacturing facility, and they've got an infestation, they can provide the people they supply with it, and from there on it can get into the homes. And you're also right, with cracks in the walls, with openings under the door, they can move in and out of your house.
Pretty easily.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the region-specific characteristics of cockroaches. For instance, I mean, you go to Joburg and there's this thing called a Parktown prawn, right? And it's like this, and it's intimidating. And the ones in Cape Town maybe are different. So why are they?
Okay, well, with the cockroaches, like we said, with these two specifically, because they are pests and they live in our homes, they have adapted to the environments we've created. So it's not a natural environment anymore. So they can adapt here or in Gauteng, wherever. They will be there. One like this, for instance, I thought it would be nice to bring this one along. This is, the common name for it is the table mountain cockroach. This one is endemic to Cape Town. It's not a pest, and it lives in the fynbos biome, so it will not survive in Gauteng. This is still a small one. They can also grow up to about 4 centimeters, and they're actually, I know it's strange to say, but they're actually beautiful cockroaches once they're grown. They're also completely, it's a very good cockroach to have in the environment. They're not a pest at all. They don't have any habits that's going to disturb us.
All right, I tell you what, we're going to open up our lines right now and have our viewers call us to ask us questions about cockroaches, whether pests or not, how you treat them at home, how you get them out. We're trying to understand them a bit more, and perhaps at the end of the day, we, like Yaku will say, they are beautiful creatures once they are grown. So 0214309881. We'll be back into the wild soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, we're back again into the wild with Yaku Skeepers, our cockroach specialist. Can I call you that?
Yeah, sure. Why
Is
not?
there a specific title for that, like an ornithologist?
Entomologist.
An entomologist, there we go. And we're learning all about cockroaches because right now, this time of the year, it's getting warm, summer, so they're becoming more and more active. And I was going to ask Yaku about the kinds of areas that cockroaches are attracted to and why is it that they seem to be more active in the summer?
All right. Now, cockroaches, like most insects, tend to prefer warmer climates. Now, depending on the species, some will enjoy warmer, drier conditions, others will enjoy warmer, wetter conditions. But the thing they have in common is they do enjoy warmth.
Yes.
Room temperature and a little bit higher.
So by that standard, we know that they're active all year round. They don't hibernate. It's just that when it's warmer, it's more comfortable for them.
Yes. The thing is, because they're so small, they tend to rely a lot on the environment, the temperature of the environment to maintain their metabolism.
Yeah.
So if it gets colder, the metabolism drops. They also get a little bit more lethargic and they tend to be less active. So they also develop slower. So that's why in the winter the population size will actually drop because they don't reproduce as quickly. And in the summer they will actually breed and reproduce quicker, which means you'll have an exponential growth of a population size.
All right, let's quickly take a call right now on the line. I believe it's Hanli.
Good morning.
Hanli, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm very well yourself, guys.
Good, good. Where are you calling us from?
I'm from Kempton Park in Johannesburg.
From Kempton Park, there, right near the airport. All right, what is your question, Hanli?
Yes, I just want to find out if there's rumors that say if you step on a cockroach, it's laying eggs. Is it correct or not?
So just, did you understand the question?
sorry, yes.
Just ask the question again. So if you step on a cockroach,
They directly lay eggs. If you kill them directly.
No, that,
Okay, oh Lord, look at that
Okay.
picture. Oh,
All right.
wow.
no, that is actually a bit of a misconception. What you see there on the picture, we just spoke about this earlier, that yellow part there at the back, that's called an ootheca. It's an egg case.
Yes.
So that thing contains all the eggs. Now, when some species will carry that with them right up to the point where the eggs are about to hatch.
Yes.
So if you step on a cockroach and you manage not to crush that, it can happen that the eggs will still hatch and they will still emerge from the ootheca.
Yeah.
But no, if you step on them, they're kind of dead.
Stanley, thank you very much for the question. Hopefully the jet engines keep the cockroaches far away from your home. But can cockroaches breathe underwater? Let's bust the myth a little bit.
No, they cannot. Because they have a bit of what we call a passive respiratory system.
Yes.
They don't breathe air in the way we do. They've got what they call spiracles, which is little holes on the abdomen.
Yes.
And the air passively throw into the spiracles through the trachea into the hemocele.
Yes.
And that's how they oxygenate the organ.
Okay.
The organ. So if you put them underwater, they're not going to drown as quickly as people who's breathing who needs a lot of oxygen.
All
but
right.
they will die eventually.
Okay, all right. Now, on Tuesday, we posted a Facebook question with Strike Nature to win a copy of the Field Guide to Insects of South Africa. And because of his question, the best question of the day, that prize goes to Regan Osborne, who asked this question: why do cockroaches survive events like nuclear bombs?
Yeah, I don't. We've actually had a lot of discussions about that.
Yeah?
Look, cockroaches do have a higher tolerance to
Radiation. Yeah.
than humans, but they are not immune to it. They will die eventually. So we've actually discussed that. How do they prove that they actually survive nuclear bombs?
Yeah.
So were the cockroaches introduced to the environment afterwards? Were they hiding in a place where they weren't affected by the radiation? All those type of things. So they do have a higher tolerance, but they are not immune to radiation.
All right, let's give a round of applause to Regan Osborne, who asked us this wonderful question. There it is, the copy is yours, a Field Guide to Insects of South Africa. And, man, you know, I've learned so much, and I'm thinking that I'm starting to appreciate cockroaches a lot more now that you've educated me so much. I hope we'll have you back again to speak more on this topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.